Welcome back to the Walking Life's Journey podcast, where we explore powerful words that shape our lives, fuel our growth, and inspire us to become the best version of ourselves. I am Nikita.
I'm Keandra.
And together we make the White family. For those that are listening to us for the very first time, we say it's a pleasure to be surrounding you in your space. And those that continue to follow, like, share, comment, and have been committed to the WLJ community, we appreciate you more than words can explain. You can find us.
You can find us on all podcast platforms.
Yes.
Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, and you can also watch us in action on YouTube and TikTok.
So today's word, because we are doing our word series, today's word is one that challenges every single one of us, and that word is surrender.
Surrender.
Even saying the word can feel heavy because surrender means letting go of control, expectations, and how we thought life was supposed to go.
But at the same time, surrender is where peace begins. In this episode, we'll explore surrender spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically.
Because sometimes we think we've let go, but really we're just holding on differently. So we want to make sure that we really dive into surrender together today. We'll talk about what surrender is and what surrender isn't, and how to live it out in your daily life. So grab your journal, take a deep breath, and let's walk this journey together. Let's do it. When most people hear surrender, they think of giving up. But surrender isn't defeat, it's alignment. It's saying, I trust what's unfolding even when I don't understand it.
There's such a big difference between quitting and surrendering. Quitting says, I'm done with this. And surrender says, I'm open.
Many of us surrender halfway. That's what we do. Letting go of one area, but still trying to control the outcome. Surrender doesn't mean we stop moving. It means we stop forcing. It's the release of control while still walking in faith and obedience. Spiritually, is trusting that God's plan is greater than our plan.
And emotionally, it's releasing that idea that we have to fix everything or make it make sense.
Wow. Fix everything or make it make sense. Sometimes life punishes. Y'all, sometimes we do think we are being punished in life when we take pauses or we feel like we have failed at something. But sometimes those life pauses, not to punish us, but to prepare us. Surrendering to that pause is often where transformation begins. Sometimes you got to take a pause in life.
Yeah, that transformation
is where it begins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you take that pause to reflect on what happened. Because if you're constantly on the go, when do you have that time to step back and be like, this is what I need to do. This is where I need to fix here. So yeah, that transformation time is really important.
So make sure that you do take those pauses, because those pauses are just as important as feeling like you gotta go. And truthfully understand, just because you have to take a pause in life, that's not a punishment. That doesn't mean you fail. That doesn't mean you quit. It's saying I'm taking a pause because I have to pour back into myself to be able to continue to move forward on this journey. Have you ever been in a waiting season?
Oh, yes I have.
Have you ever been in a season that felt unclear?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We're here to tell you that is a reminder. Surrender doesn't mean stop. It means trust. Trust.
It's trusting that everything's gonna align. Everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Here's a couple signs you haven't truly surrendered. Let's be honest. Sometimes we say we've surrendered, but our habits tell another story. One sign, you keep rehearsing the what ifs. Now you say you have surrendered, but you keep playing it over and over. What if I do this? What if this would have happened? What if? What if? That means you didn't surrender.
Yeah. Or it's constantly checking to see if things are working out yet. Like, say if you was making a cake and in the oven, every second you like, is it done? Is it done? Is it done? And then it's never gonna get done if you're constantly opening the oven, letting the heat out.
Now that's a good one.
Yeah.
So surrender and let that cake do what it needs to do.
Exactly.
Because there's going to be a great outcome at the end. I like that. Don't always check in on something. Another one, when you feel anxious every time something doesn't go as planned.
Yeah.
Sometimes the greatest outcomes come out of something not being planned. I'm here to tell you that. So make sure that you are truthfully surrendering. If your peace is always being stolen, maybe it's not the situation. Maybe it's your grip on that situation.
Ooh.
Release it.
That's a good one. Another one is when we always pray for change, but we don't prepare for it. We don't do anything to allow it to happen. We don't put ourselves in any type of good position. Like, that's like you being like, oh, tomorrow I need to be a millionaire tomorrow. But you laying in bed eating chips, watching TV. Like, that's not gonna do nothing.
It's not gonna do it. So that means if you're gonna surrender, let go of the situation, make sure you're prepared for the change. And real surrender says, I'll trust God enough to move even when I don't see how. Even when I don't see how. Faith without surrender is control in disguise. Truthfully want you to understand, surrender isn't a one-time act. It's a process. It happens in layers. You can surrender spiritually, but still hold on emotionally.
That's like saying, God, I trust in you, but still replaying what hurt you or trying to understand why it happened instead of truly surrendering and just trusting.
Trust them. Sometimes our body even show we're not surrendered. Think about how your body is. Are you tensed in your shoulders? Are you tensed in your neck, in your jawline? What is it like when you walk into that situation? Your body will start to talk to you and you'll know you haven't surrendered because you're still hanging on, and that control is like that grip and your fists and everything is just, it's just clenching. So it's like when we try to plan every detail, every outcome, and nothing flows. The stress is our signal. We're in control mode again. Anytime that stress tries to hit you, that's let you know you're in control. You're trying to be in that control mode. Release and surrender. Because in the season of surrender, stress cannot live there any longer. It can't.
Yeah, it's like when we finally stop forcing things to happen and just say, all right, I'm letting go. I'm trusting it's going to happen. If it happens, it happens. If it's not, it's not. And then things just start to align naturally.
Absolutely. Surrender opens the door to peace. It moves us from striving to alignment. That's what it does. From anxiety to acceptance. From frustration to faith.
Okay.
Now, we talk about what surrender is and what it's not, but how do you prepare for surrender?
Yeah, how do we actually even surrender? Because it's easy to say, let go, stop worrying about it, but how do we actually
how do you prepare for it? My gosh. Let's get practical then. Let's talk about how do we surrender. First, it's awareness. When you notice yourself trying to control something, pause and ask yourself, self, what am I afraid of losing? Naming that fear takes away its power. Second, release through journaling. You guys know I'm a big fan of journaling. Write it down. Write it down so you know what you're focusing on. Write down what you're trying to control, and next to it, write, this is not mine to carry.
Ooh, this is not mine to carry. It's not yours.
It's not mine to carry. Nope. You can pray over it. You can tear it up. You can do whatever you need to do. But when we're talking about surrendering, surrender isn't sitting still. It's walking in obedience, taking the next right step, even when you don't see the full plan. It's like when you see that full staircase. And if you just start to take one stair at a time, don't focus on the whole thing. One step at a time, and you're surrendering day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour. And finally, when you say you surrender, you really have let go of the control. So slow down. Take time to care for yourself. Take time to care for yourself. I'm going to say that one more time. Take time to care for yourself, because control often comes from protection. When you've been hurt before, you start believing control equals safety.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think you can control the situation, you have just lost the battle.
That's when chaos really starts to unfold. When you try to have everything here, because you want to feel like you have some type of control, some type of control over your life, and that seems like when everything just happens.
Like that. Okay, WLJ community, this is what we need to do. It's just a pause for reflection. Grab your journal and write down these prompts. Grab your journal. What area of your life are you still trying to control? Ask yourself that. Where am I trying to control? Yes, you should have gotten your journal. Number 2, what would it look like to surrender that area that you have just identified, spiritually, emotionally, or physically? And number 3, what I want you to focus on this week: what truth reminds you that it's safe to let go? What truth reminds you that it's safe to let go? When we surrender situations, I think about, as soon as I say this, I think about as a mother. You are given this child to be responsible for, and you want to control every piece of their life. But I am so reminded as I look at my 25-year-old daughter, we don't have the control any longer. So all we can do is surrender and say, Lord, you gave her to us. Now we pray that everything that we have poured into her, that she will continue to move forward and do the things that she's supposed to do in this life. Surrender. I can't control it. You can't control it. So you have to surrender. So those are your journal prompts for the week. Those are your journal prompts. So when you write those answers down, let whatever needs to come out, come out. Don't try to control the situation. Make sure you just open yourself up and write it down. Because surrender is not a weakness. It is strength clothed in peace. I promise you, when you truthfully surrender to life, your peace unfolds.
It does.
What areas in your life do you need to surrender this week? Ask yourself. So you guys, the word of the week is surrender. And as we wrap up this week's episode, we want you to always be reminded that as you're walking this journey called life, you are the key piece to your story.